How do you do, and welcome back to some Peglin Cruciball 7. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and if you are, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It would mean a lot, and let me know in the comment section below how your day has been going, or your week, or your year. Freshest board every reload, or a Spiral Slayer. Let's just do this. +1 Muse Circle. A little extra damage doesn't hurt anyone, right? No free relics necessarily. Oh, as you can tell probably with my voice, my allergies have destroyed me over this weekend. So if you didn't know, over this weekend I went to a wedding out of state and I drove there. It was in a small town out in Illinois. And I mean, when I say small town, it was a small town out in Illinois. But it was a beautiful wedding, beautiful location. Just whenever people say Illinois is full of cornfields, alfalfa fields, and stuff like that, agree with them. Because that's 100% what we saw. And I tell you what, that drive was quite repetitive. And it's like a straight shot everywhere you go, so it's not like too many action-packed or too many things to see as you're going. But it was a good old time. I drove myself and 3 of the bridesmaids. My fiance is one of the bridesmaids. She was with me. That's why I had to drive, because they're all night shift nurses and they worked the night before, and so we left right after their shift. They kind of went home, packed and everything, and then we left. And so I drove while they were, in theory, supposed to sleep. And I say in theory they were supposed to sleep because for the first, like, probably over half the trip, they were not asleep. They were sitting there talking about talking about the hospital, talking about their work, talking about their job, just complaining, ranting. You know how usually people rant and complain about things that go on at work and such and such and so and so. I don't know. It was a bunch of little gossip, which, I mean, it's fine. Just I could block it out for the most part until they only had one volume, and that one volume was max out their vocal cords. Make sure the cars we're driving past hears them. That was their goal, I guess. I don't know, but eventually they finally tuckered themselves out and fell asleep, and I got a cruise kind of to myself, except I had zero control over the music because they called it, like, oh, what was it? I don't remember what they were calling it, but they're like it was a girls trip is what they called it, and they gotta choose the music. And I mean, I know for a fact my fiance did not like this music either, because she doesn't like this genre specifically. But we listened to country, but not just country, because I would enjoy country for the most part. I do enjoy country, but the issue was this was Miranda Lambert on repeat, all Miranda Lambert songs. And if you don't know who Miranda Lambert is, look her up. Did Miranda Lambert win American Idol, or was that someone else, some other country singer that won American Idol? I don't remember, but we listened to Miranda Lambert the whole way. And they even asked me, hey, what's your favorite, what genre of music do you listen to? What genre of music do you listen to? And I say, well, I mean, I listen to about everything. A lot of my favorite artists are like, well, here recently, a lot of my favorite artists to listen to is like Kid Quill and Quinn 92, kind of that music. So there's a little fun fact if you guys are interested. That's kind of like the kind of music that I listen to. I don't know how to describe that music. I haven't had a concentration in a while. Let's go ahead and add that bad boy to our deck and see where we go. But that's kind of the genre that I listen to, and that's what I told her. And she says, oh, I like Quinn 92 as well. And so whenever she said that, I thought to myself, I could listen to some Quinn 92 on the drive here. That would be actually pretty fun. And she like totally disregarded asking me what my preference was. and we listened to Miranda Lambert, which it is what it is. Do I want to fight this elite? We'll find out. No, I do not want to fight the elite apparently, but we'll cut back right, grab this relic, and then we'll fight the next elite, and we'll do just fine. We'll do a-okay. You know what I'm gonna do? Boom. Well, that did not necessarily go as planned. There we go. But man, my allergies have been so bad, and I'm afraid I'm getting sick. Honestly, stomach doesn't feel great. Of course, you can hear my voice that my nasals doesn't sound great either or feel great. But it is what it is. I had a good time. The venue was great. It was at a vineyard. It was a nice little vineyard. They had their own wine. I did drink their wine, and I'd have to say, local vineyards, for the most part, I've never really liked their wine, but this place had some good wine. I have to say that. And did I get drunk on the wine? Maybe a little bit. Maybe I fancied myself a little too much on the wine, but it was a wedding. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Have a good time and then make sure nothing goes horribly wrong. It was an open bar, so I mean, it was kind of like they told me to drink the wine and get drunk on the wine. Essentially, they essentially said it straight to my face. That's how confident I am with that idea. Oh man, oh man, oh man. What do I want to do here? What do we want to do? I think we're gonna throw you. Oh, you're supposed to hit it. Oh, you survived with 4. We got the egg. I did pick up the egg because I want to unlock the relic that comes with it. And if you don't know the relic I'm referring towards, if you carry the egg, I'll show that. I don't know if I have the egg again this fight. But if you carry that egg into the castle area, so the next section, you can come across the chef event, and you can give that chef the egg. And then the chef will give you a special relic that gives you a lot of HP, like plus 50 HP or something like that. And now, ever since they updated this game, I don't have it unlocked anymore, so I'd love to have the opportunity to unlock it. I think this one, if I lose health, twice amount of damage to an enemy, it's actually a pretty good deal. We did lose over half of our health. I don't think we went into the fight full health though, so that's okay. A-okay. We did go to a nice little dive bar there, local pub. I do want to say something. Now, I don't know Illinois laws or anything like that, but which I guess Illinois allows you to gamble wherever, I guess, is because there was slot machines in every single building. You go into a bathroom and your slot machines put in your face. It's crazy, but I thought that was kind of unique. And whenever we rolled up to the hotel, there's a little restaurant and bar downstairs of the hotel, and they had the old lights that told you their deals, and they said a video game. It was like a video game bar, and that's literally what it says. It said video game. And one of the girls looks at me and says, "Hey Cameron, you can just go there tonight and play some video games." And I said, "Well, that doesn't sound too bad. I mean, I don't think I'll really go to a bar and play video games for anything, but it's actually a pretty cool idea, I guess. Kind of unique." And then I started whenever we were driving around, everywhere said video game, video game, video games. Everywhere had video games in it. Turns out they call the slot machines video games. So it's not literally video games, it's slot machines. That's what they're referring towards, which crazy. Definitely I was not expecting that either, which the state that I come from, they have pretty strict gambling laws and what where you can gamble and whatnot. I mean, you can gamble in your own house, I think. I don't know how that works. I'm not like too keen on the idea. I know we have to drive out of state to really gamble. But there are casinos in our state, but they're pretty far of a drive, and it's easier to just go across the state and gamble instead of driving further and staying in state to gamble, if that makes sense. What sucks here is we're losing a lot of health. A lot of health. Well, that works. Yep, I'm taking the health. I'm taking the wall chicken, because if I got wall chicken and I have this egg in my pouch, we might get actually quite a bit of health. No, don't take damage. Oh, come on. Okay, that was the last bit of damage we'll take. We'll take this question mark. We'll heal. Okay, we'll get popping corn here. Perfect reactance, not bad against this mole, actually. Each bomb takes it out. Takes out the plants in one shot. Not a bad shout. First throw means nothing. Second throw will be nothing as well. It just hits the tree. Kind of wish I hit that refresh, but... Good throw. If we hit that crit or something there. Decent work. Took out the plants, did a lot of damage. Let's see if we can clear out a path to that refresh here. Well, we'll do 9 damage to you. That's all you get. Why'd you miss? Oh, I got round guard. Ha. Duh. Duh. Nice bomb hits, I guess. $70 damage. You're gonna smack me and run away. Kind of sucks. We gotta do 185 before you smack me twice. Hitting that bomb's actually pretty good, I guess. We gotta just do 55 damage. Don't smack and run. Oh, how gross. But don't worry, we can trigger this bomb right here, and I think that should shut it down. Shut down the fight for us. Yep, perfect. Got through the forest. That's all I can ask for. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Those are kind of bad relics, boss relics, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, was not impressed with those boss relics with the build that we have. We gotta do a... Oh, how are we gonna do so much damage to this guy? We have 0 pierce, so keep that in mind. That was a good throw. Pretty impressed with that throw. Kind of have to clear out these bombs. But we're not clearing them out with all these refreshes. The issue with the cashew. But let me tell you about our glorious hotel that was chosen for me. I had no say in it. We get there, and I just knew if you go back and you rewatch one of the videos I even mentioned, I mentioned something about how someone's choosing the hotel room for me, and how I'm kind of a little picky whenever I go to a hotel, just because hotels are something you don't want to necessarily cheap out on, because these people, I don't know, it's like they can be bad and they could be good, and if you go bad, you could leave there with maybe bed bugs or something, like worst case scenario, which I'm not gonna say. I don't think I walked out with bed bugs here. You could have quite possibly walked out with bed bugs, but I don't think we did. necessarily. How unfortunate you found the one little path there. But we pull up to this hotel room, or the hotel building. It's about a 6-story building, 5-6-story building. Looks like it's ran down. Looks like it needs a little bit of an overhaul, a little bit, but that's beside the point. We look up, we can see all the windows to the hotel, and the curtains were yellow. Like, and they weren't factory yellow. These things, like, they were there whenever you were allowed to smoke inside buildings. And I was actually just thinking about this the other day, or I guess today I was thinking about it. I was watching the news, I don't know if it's even new, that Dahmer, it's about Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix. It's like a TV series. It's a show. And I was watching it, and he was at work in his break room smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, well, yeah, that's part of that time, I guess. And then I really thought about it. I'm like, well, I was alive when they still had smoking sections at Red Lobster. Because I remember going to Red Lobster and they had the smoking section. They always asked us, smoking or not smoking? And we would always, my grandfather smoked. And so we'd go in the smoking section, and in the smoking section, it was a lot less of a wait. You could get seated pretty quick there. And so the smoking section wasn't a bad deal. But there's smoking just like within this like lifetime, not necessarily lifetime, because the people in the 80s are still alive too, but like early 2000s, I think. I don't know when they mass outlawed smoking inside buildings, but it's one of those things that you kind of overlook and kind of forget was a thing, which I thought was kind of cool, being alive in that time. And literally as a kid not thinking much about it, then all of a sudden it's like a whole big thing, and now we have no one even smokes anymore. They all vape or something like that, and who knows what vaping does. I don't know. It could do nothing. And then there's those people that say vaping, we don't know what it's gonna do, and it's gonna, I don't know, make you an alien. I don't know what they say. I don't really know much about it, nor do I necessarily care, because it doesn't really affect me in any way. I'm not a avid smoker or vapor or anything like that. I'll have a cigar every once in a while, like on an occasion with like family or something. I'll have like a cigar, which people say cigars are worse than cigarettes because they're not filtered, which, I mean, that's fair, but with a cigar you don't inhale it either. But granted, this is like pulling, what is it, something hairs, splitting hairs. It's splitting hairs, really. That's all that is look at that refresh location. And I didn't mean to throw a dag orb out, but I can't wait for my sinuses to clear out. My throat doesn't hurt anymore. Not necessarily hurt, but feels so scraggly, and I talk like this because it kind of sucks, not gonna lie. It's kind of annoying. Oh, come on, don't give me upgrades. I want to heal. Every time it gives me an upgrade, I just feel like I'm forced to upgrade, because you don't get upgrades every time. And then we take fights like this where there's a lot of range, there's awful mapping. I tell you what, this game sometimes just does not want me to win. And this is one of those times where I don't think it wants me to win. Because all these shields blocking the ranged units back here, it's just so gross, honestly. Not impressed with some of the changes to this game. The egg's in a very awkward, nasty spot. Well, at least we hit the crit. Refresh is kind of in a bad spot too. Match your orbs is not going to save us. It's probably going to take him out, and that's about it. Hit the refresh at least. Hit a few bombs, I think. Maybe just one. Well, that works. But you know what? Perfected Reactant, thank you so much for becoming available for us. We want to hit the question mark because we want the Chef Boyardee. Remove an orb. Yes, we're gonna remove the Dag Orb, as I think the Dag Orb is more of a hindrance to our abilities than it is a benefit. And we'll probably take these 2 question marks in hopes to get some more relics. Come on, like popping corn here. Some heals, some kind of help. Ask me anything. Deal full damage to enemies with resistances. I don't know about that one. I'm kind of neutral about that one too. It's kind of very niche. It's a niche market. Bombs are going to be what saves us, I think, this game. Which, that's not going to be near enough damage to win this for us. Honestly, we could very well just lose here and go on with our lives, right? Because we have 1 refresh that's in an awful location in regards to where we've already cleared out. And 100 damage is not gonna cut it. That's our strongest orb that did 108. Oh yeah, we might be screwed here. We're in danger, is what they say. We're in the danger zone. Because we have to do 1,000 damage in 2 turns. Well, that's nice. Oh, well, we're starting back off with a jam, but thank you for tuning in. I hope all's well. I'm so excited to get back into the grind, but I wanted to make sure I got a chance to kind of talk a little bit about what happened over the weekend, which I didn't talk about half of it, feels like, but I did want to share with you, say I'm back, I made it, and get a Peglin video out for Monday, since I didn't plan ahead on the fact that I was coming back on Sunday, and it would have been a whole lot easier to just come home, go to bed. But it's okay, kind of gives me a chance to kind of talk, play a game, decompress before the week starts. And so I look forward to talking with you all later. Bye.